What is up, geeks and gamers? Tony from Idiot Gamers here, bringing you Week 5 of the regular season for our Jacksonville Jaguars franchise. Last week, we barely, and by barely I mean 17-point lead over the Saints, won to bring ourselves to 4-0, a game that I actually didn't expect us to win. So we've got another home game against the Bengals here, but what we did last week at the very end of the episode, we put Bob Sanders on the trade block. And let's see if that took. We wanted a second-round pick for the draft, and it looks like the Jets want him. So I'm gonna take him, and we'll view the offers. And I will go ahead and take this. It looks like cannot submit trade until all Week 5 games have been played. Okay, so we'll have to deal with this for at least one more week. So we will know at the end of this week, Bob Sanders will be leaving us. So maybe at the end of the week or at the end of this game, we will do a couple more trades. We'll see if we can't get anybody else to strengthen our team. So we are going to get right into the next game here, as I am fiddling with my mic here. We will play the game. We at home again, so we'll trade into our black jerseys. And this is another one of those. This is one of those games that I expected us to. I expect us to win this. I think this is going to be the start of, like I said, that really, really hard block of games taking us into the bye week. So we will see how we do against Andy Dalton and the Bengals. Doesn't look like they're the Bungles anymore, so maybe they can put up some points against us.
It is head-to-head between the Jaguars and the Bengals. The Jaguars are hosting here and want to be able to keep the home field.
Bengals will most likely receive, seeing as they won the toss.
In this matchup.
Well, Gus, I think you said
so we will defend right, and we'll start out, see if our defense can't keep it going. Our defense has been very good against the start, or against the run, and we've been picking passes from quarterbacks left and right. I believe Darren Sharper has 5 on the season. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie has 4 or 5. We have a few forced fumbles. We've got several takeaways for touchdowns.
Hopes to lead this offense to victory in this game.
It just seems like our defense has been kicking on all cylinders. Almost got a pick there for Sharper.
Let's take a look at some of the key starters on offense.
It'll be interesting to see. This is the first game Bob Sanders has played since the preseason. It'll be interesting to see what he does. If he actually helps us out, or if we're just better off, like I think, and better off getting rid of him.
Linebacker Darryl Smith from Georgia Tech, who's a player starting to get the recognition he deserves.
Yeah, he really has, and it's good to
see. And Andy Dalton tripped there, but he makes the reception. Gives it to Andrew Caldwell.
In the passing game as well.
So a little bit of a lucky break there. And once again, playing at Jacksonville at home, it's raining. Flag there, not sure what's going on.
Wow, that looked like roughing the passer.
Again with this roughing the passer.
A bit of poor judgment on that play. You have to be aware of the situation, and that's a big first down.
Here's a pass over the middle.
All right, Andrew Dalton completes to A.J. Green for the first down.
About this receiver's big play ability.
And Andy Dalton, another one of those guys that, you know, he'll hit you in the air and he'll hit you on the ground. So a little trickery play there, handing it off to Green. Didn't fool our defense, though.
Down with 10 to go. They spot it on the 34-yard line.
And we get pressure on Dalton, and we take him down for a loss.
For a quarterback is trying to identify who the Mike backer is, because what they want is they want offensive linemen handling.
So we've successfully kicked them out of field goal range, so we'll see what happens. They're nearly picked by Darren Sharper again. He has been ball hawking all season for us.
The defender gets a hand on it, and that will bring up.
We will kick it to Trendon Holiday. See what he can do this time around.
Get the ball back and give your team a chance on offense.
And this will just be a touchback for us.
So now the quarterback comes onto the field, and in conversations with him earlier in the week.
So normally what I do is I start off checking into a run play, but I think I'll just check into a pass play here. Dump it to Brandon Stokely, and Brandon Stokely makes the catch. I think that's his first of the regular season. And it's a good completion. Makes Matt Flynn feel a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, and the defensive back didn't really do anything wrong there. The quarterback just made a
Matt Flynn again to Mike Sims Walker, getting us the first down on the check down route.
Maybe initiate some contact and get that receiver out of his comfort zone going forward.
The offense is a group that prides itself on running the football, and carrying the load is the electrifying.
We'll see if we can't get it to Jordy Nelson here. Nope. So we'll just take a run here and get the first down. Hand it to Brandon Sane. And Brandon Sane gets us our first down. Carlos Dunlap with the tackle.
Chrissy is definitely primed to be a performer.
We'll hand it right back to Sane.
Sane gets another handoff.
And Brandon Sane again showing us that he's trying to be our secondary receiver. Or our secondary running back, rather. That will end the first quarter, scoreless again.
Still no score. The Jaguars, nothing. The Bengals, nothing.
So starting the second half, Mercedes Lewis trips again. He was our intended receiver for that route.
On a play like that, the defense is going to be all over it. He was lucky he didn't get picked off there.
So we will just probably check this down to either Quarles or see if Lewis makes it, and no. So we will go to a Josh Scobie field goal.
Well, it's a pretty good indication of how that game came out. Good play by the defense.
All right, and the field goal kick for Josh Scobie is good. So we take 3-0 lead.
The Jaguars strike first with the field goal. It's 3-0.
We'll kick it off and see what our defense can do again.
Cosby stands back to field the kick. He'll down it in the end zone.
So we're hoping to get our defense with another good stop here. And we get, as usual, good run stop behind the line for no gain.
He will be tackled. So they'll face a 2nd and 10.
See if Andy Dalton can make something happen. Aaron Cameron almost getting to Andy Dalton. Justin Durant almost getting a pick. That would have been a pick six.
It's 3rd down, 10 yards for first.
And we're going to send our good friend Darren Sharper into the back for a blitz to see if he can't get to Andy Dalton.
He's looking towards the left side.
So we get another stop.
That incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
We'll see what Trendon Holiday can get us for a return.
They just never seem to get anything going on that drive.
And even if we make it to the 50, this will get us decent field position to start off our next drive with.
Michael Johnson was there to bring him down.
So I think we're just gonna come out throwing this time around. See if Matt Flynn can do something for us. That'll be a face mask to get us into better field position for a touchdown. First and 10 on the 12.
Gus, everybody knows that football is a game of emotion, but unchecked emotion is a bad thing.
So we will try to see if Jordy Nelson can grab a touchdown, and he does.
He's open in the end zone.
So that will take us to 10-0.
That's one of those great throws where the receiver was covered when he actually made the throw.
I think this will, like I said, this will be the game that we maybe test out our receiving core a little bit more. This seems like it'll probably just be an easy win for the season.
This will be down to the end zone for a touchback. They had to punt it away on their previous drive.
So again, the wall steps up to the plate.
First down and 10.
And Justin Durant gets the pick, makes it up for what he lost last time.
He closed on the ball quickly and came up with the interception.
Yeah, he took a risk going for the ball.
So we will hand it off to Brandon Sane this time. He will run right up the gut, and he is almost to the end zone.
It's amazing what talent will let you get away with.
So we're actually going to call a play this time instead of let the game call it ourselves. I want to get Brandon Sane a touchdown. I want to get him into the end zone. And, oh, he's stopped in the back. Desmond Bishop, what are you doing in the Bengals lineup?
Sideline to sideline, but attacking and trying to get in the backfield.
So, oh, why did I do that? I wanted to get people touchdowns. So Matt Flynn just threw a crappy interception in the end zone.
He was having none of it and jumped in front to make the interception.
That's what I get for wanting to have certain people score.
Oh, he's off. Gains his way to the 30-yard
Bart
line.
Scott rushing for the first down. No, it looks like he was a couple inches short.
Second down and very short yardage here.
So 2-minute warning. Bengals are trying to drive it down on us to get a score. And, oh, almost jumped the route again.
Was his intended target. So that'll bring up third down. Just a couple of inches away from
We're going to
picking
have
up
to
this first
somehow,
down.
I think, maybe over the course of the season, figure out a name for our defense.
Throws to his right.
Hey,
Intercepted.
it's Bob Sanders.
Finds room along the sideline.
Welcome back, Bob Sanders. That's the only interception you're going to get as a Jaguar.
First down and 10. And the ball is on the 21. Throws to his
Again, another costly interception in the red zone for Matt Flynn.
Interception of the first half. First down.
We're going to have to work on that a little bit, buddy.
And the ball on their own 5.
Aaron Campman trying to get to Andy Dalton. Bob Sanders with the knockaway. Almost picked again.
It's now second down, 10 yards to go.
Wouldn't that be great if Bob Sanders had back-to-back picks or 3 or more picks in a game and we just shipped him off to somewhere else? Hope you like New York, buddy.
And looking right.
Andy Dalton fires one off and misses, overshoots his receiver by a few yards. And we have kept him under the shadow of their goalpost for a good defensive stop here, hoping we can try to get a safety out of this.
Passes it over the middle of the field.
Incomplete pass for A.J. Green. So we're going to get the ball back here, and we're actually going to have decent field position.
Made a quick jump on the ball, and we're all over that one.
That was a little bit better punt than I thought it was going to be, so we'll try to cut back. Doesn't work. So, Matt Flynn, please don't throw us an interception again.
Had any room to do anything there. They've got a come up with a better scheme or some better blockers or something. This guy's a good punt returner. He's just not getting any.
Throwing to Brandon Stokely, and we miss. Almost get picked off.
He's one of those quarterbacks who trusts.
I think it's time to just check back into the run and do what we do best. Maurice Jones-Drew going to go right up the gut.
Gets the carry. He's wrestled down around the 29-yard line.
Now we'll see if Rashad Jennings can pick up this first down for us. If not, it'll be a Josh Scobie field goal, but Rashad Jennings is going to get it for us.
Tough running, and he's got the first.
Running the ball to convert those third and short situations is a bit of a lost art in the game right now. A lot of teams throwing the football there, but not this team. They went back to
and Matt Flynn stuffed again. We were trying to go for Thomas.
The other team is trying to work the ball down the field. Your quarterback's going to
And
have to hold
screenplay
the ball a few
again.
seconds. Not enough time
I think we're just going to try to check it into the scissors. Taquan
Taquan
Underwood makes the catch out of bounds. Is it inbounds? No.
Inbounds. The officials will huddle.
Well, let's give him some credit for making a
Defense
great effort, but
kind of or our offense kind of stalling here. Matt Flynn with time in the pocket. Mike Sims-Walker picks us up the first down.
I wish all our fans could see what's happening down the field on all our television broadcasts, because so much of the game now is won and lost.
Jordy Nelson open in the end zone. No good.
It's tipped away. Great defense. They'll face second down.
Let's see what we have going here. And Matt Flynn just throwing a goose egg right there. I don't know where he was throwing to.
Intended receiver. That brings up 3rd and 10.
Going with Mercedes Lewis and just barely gets misses the first down. And I barely catch the clock there to see that we only had a couple seconds left, so we'll have to end the half on a field goal.
Just going to try and put 3 points on the board. He splits the uprights. We played a half of football. And
So after the half, it is 13-0. Still skunking teams.
And he'll return this one from the 7. He makes it to the 22.
Decent return there, where our returns are getting better. But I think we're still going to be trying to develop the passing game today. Matt Flynn out of the shotgun, checks it to Jordy Nelson. Nice reception for Nelson. Nice 30-yard gain there. Flynn's looking a little bit more confident now.
This player has been the impact performer of the game so far.
And Jones-Drew getting us the first down with the end around.
The stop was made by Jonathan Joseph.
Maurice Jones-Drew does as good a job as anybody out there. If it's a small hole, he finds a way to get through it. If it's a big hole, you see an explosion.
Had to throw it away there. The play was broken up before it even developed. Both of our receivers that we were going to check down routes got stalled out on the line. So we'll go to Brandon Sane, and no, Brandon Sane is stopped. No gain. So we're going to go to a 4 vertical set here. We'll see if Mercedes Lewis can't catch something over the center for us. This is one of our favorite routes to run over the season, and it looks like no. No good. So we're going to end up having a punt here.
I don't know if that's the guy I want to pick on 3rd down when you have to have a conversion. He is tough.
So our offense stalled out, unfortunately. We still have a good enough lead. So let's see if our defense can't make something happen.
And this is a great opportunity to get back into this ball game. This offense
see if
needs
Andy
to put a nice
Dalton
drive
can't
together
make
right
something
now.
happen.
They'll take over at the 20-yard line. Now we have a first down and 10 to go.
They check it to Bart Scott. He gets stuffed. Darren Sharper there again. He has been all over the field for us all season. Pro Bowl selection player right there.
Ball on their own 24.
We'll just run around in circles with Aaron Campman on that one and just see if we can't get some funny shit going.
Everybody has to be able to cover, but the top guys can not only cover but come up and make big hits like that.
And Aaron Campman gets to Andy Dalton for the sack. He's up to 5 sacks on the season.
And that sack will bring up 4th down.
And we will be punting it away to Trindon Holiday. Looks like we're going to get some fairly decent field position again. This side of their side of the 50, excuse me. And Trindon Holiday trying to shed some tackles to get us a little bit better field position. We make it to the 44-yard line.
Man, those guys were flying down the field. He didn't have a chance on that one. His blocker's got to do something for that poor guy out there, or he's going to get killed.
So we'll check it to Brandon Sane, and Brandon Sane gets to the outside, almost gets us a first down. 6 rushes for 33 yards. He's having a tremendous season. I would like to get him into the end zone at least once or twice.
Going to need just about 3 yards to pick up the first.
And I think, Maurice Jones-Drew trips. He was going to be our receiver. He was going to be our intended receiver for that play.
Third down now. They'll need
Secondary receiver would have been Mercedes Lewis. And this time we are going to Lewis, and Lewis catches it for us, gets us a nice gain. Mercedes Lewis is having a wonderful day today.
Makes his 3rd catch of the game. And we'll have a first down and 10.
We're checking back into the run, seeing what we can do with Maurice Jones-Drew, and he just gets stuffed.
You know, you can draw up any sort of protection scheme and blocking scheme that you want. But ultimately,
and at the end of the third, it is 13-0.
Against another big man, and that time the defense's big men, they won the battle.
The Jaguars have the ball in the red zone as we begin the final quarter.
And hopefully getting it to Jordy Nelson for the first down. Yes, we do.
And the tackle was made by Adam Jones.
And I love to watch this wide receiver work. He is so patient with his routes. He gets down low into his cuts, and he really understands what the defense is trying to do to take him away.
And firing into the end zone to Brandon Stokely for the touchdown. We'll see what the penalty is. We're going to decline that. That is going to be a touchdown for us. We're slowly developing the passing game today. So that way when we get into the thick of it in the next couple weeks, we're actually going to be able to put up a good passing fight against some teams. I believe we have the Steelers on the road next. Throwing up against Big Ben Roethlisberger is not an easy task.
It's fielded at the 2.
So they get a little bit better run that time around.
Cox was there to bring him down. They'll start this drive at the 23.
So once again, we will see what our defense can do for a stop. So far, the last 3 games, we have pitched a shutout, and Aaron Campman slows down the runner, allowing Darren Sharper to get the stop. And Andy Dalton firing one deep downfield, missing his mark. That could have been a touchdown.
We've seen it from him before. He just cannot seem to connect on those long throws.
Well, 3rd and 12, hoping to get another good stop here. And, I made a boo-boo. Aaron Campman's going to get fined for roughing the passer on that one, so we're giving Andy Dalton a little bit more room to play with. Unfortunately, giving it to him just shy of midfield. So we will blitz here and see if we can't make up for that mistake. And Bart Scott runs right into the blitz. And they are going to go into the no huddle.
Yeah, I guess they're thinking we don't want to completely abandon the running game at this point, but at some point you have to start putting a few points on that scoreboard.
They need 8 on 3rd down to move the chains.
So we'll see if we can't get a good stop going here.
Has a man to his right.
And I would imagine they're going to go for it here.
He's brought down
they are.
At about the 43-yard line by Durant. Looks like they'll opt to
We'll
go
check back into a blitz after I had checked out of the blitz. And that is a stop, and we will get the ball just past midfield.
From their own 47-yard line.
We give the ball to Rashad Jennings, see what he can get us for a first down or more, and he gets the first down. It's good to see that our running backs are averaging about 10 yards a carry most games. It seems like Brandon Sane only averages 10 yards a carry. Definitely looking good for Jennings, shedding another tackle, getting a face mask, getting us a little bit closer to that end zone.
He's tackled around the 32-yard line.
We will take 1st and 10 on the 17.
Now we have a first down and 10 to go. Ball on the 17.
And it looks like Mercedes Lewis is open again, but we get the ball batted back. Seems like they're not really paying a whole lot of attention to him.
Lucky that one wasn't picked off. Not a good decision at all there.
They line up.
So, all right, this is the exact same play, only we switched it around. Firing to Mercedes Lewis, catching it in traffic. Is it good?
He thinks he hauled it in.
He is out of bounds. That would have been a spectacular catch down to the 2.
Really good try, but let's give the officials credit. They got it right.
So we send it to Maurice Jones-Drew, and he gets stuffed. I should have went to the outside on that one. And with 2 minutes to go, we will just kick another field goal.
Was there for the stop.
Handing it to Josh Scobie. He's only missed 1 on the season. It was just barely left.
And he makes it. So that will make the score.
So now we've put it into the play. We've put it into where they can't make a comeback. This was one of those games that I actually expected to win. And for thinking that the season, Courtney Green with the stop there, allowing the tackle. I thought this was going to be a harder season for us, but it looks like we just have a fairly mediocre schedule.
And we'll have a first down and 10.
I mean, obviously some of the Aaron Campman getting another sack. He's moved up to 7 or 8 on the season. I believe, like I said at the first couple episodes, our really hard games are going to be in our division, I think, this year. Maybe even with Atlanta. I like I said, I was surprised we beat the Saints last week.
Was there for the stop. Wow, that looked like
and again, I get a roughing the passer call just because I'm getting antsy trying to get to the quarterback. Kind of unofficially chasing down the single season sack record here. And Darren Sharper again with the pick. And Bob Sanders is injured again.
That's their 3rd INT of the game.
So it looks like he's... It looks like he's probably, if he's not healthy, we're just going to cut him. Or we could put him on IR. I would have loved to have gotten a draft pick back out of him.
Not much, maybe 2 yards on the carry.
They are not showing us the injuries that must have just happened on that last play. Brandon Sane pushing it up the gut again. He's having a phenomenal season.
At about the 43-yard line by Crocker.
All of our running backs have had just an exponentially phenomenal season. Rashad Jennings with a little spin move there to get to the first down.
And he's tackled right around the 44-yard line by Crocker.
Let's check into a pass here, see if we can't make something happen. I try to take it a little bit with Matt Flynn. Doesn't get anything going. So we'll just go right back to the run. Figured with a minute left, we could try something sneaky just to see if we can't develop some sneaky play. And Rashad Jennings is going to finish out the game for us. And he gets the first down for us. He's going to rack up some more stats for the day. And with that, the final score for your game is 23-0. We are going to improve to 5-0 on the season. Player of the game, Aaron Campman, 2 tackles, 2 sacks.
And let's take a look at the Gatorade Performer of the Game.
So we will go and see if Bob Sanders is injured again, how severe it is, and if it is a fairly severe injury, we're just going to cut him. Might put him on IR, but, you know, it frees us up a roster space, but I would just much, much rather not deal with somebody who's going to be injured every couple of games. So we will go to the injury report, and he has a meniscus tear that is going to be out for 3 weeks, so we can't trade him now. So we're going to go to the trade block. We'll see if the Jets still want him. Nope, it'll take him off now that he's injured. So, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get back that draft pick. So I think our best decision right now is just to cut Sanders. Our defense is playing phenomenal without him. Or do we want to put him on IR? We just not want to deal with it, and maybe if he doesn't retire, try to get a pick out of him later. I just don't want to deal with it. I think we're just gonna release him. Courtney Green is gonna take over. He's been doing phenomenal all season so far. So now that we have a free space, let's see if we can't pick up somebody. I think we're gonna go with a safe bet here. We'll take Raheem Moore. He'll be a good pickup and a good backup for Darren Sharper. I feel like our safety position is fairly good right now. So I think with that, we're going to be on to the next, looking at the Steelers. 2-3. This is interesting. So we might be able to pull out another win here. So until the next.